How did you
And
say?
we're back. Winter is coming. What a great name for a book. We're going to read this as we edit it. This is going to be amazing. Winter was a fluffy husky with eyes as blue as a summer sky. He lived with his favorite human, Leo. One sunny morning, Leo began packing a big green backpack. Be a good boy, Winter, would you? Leo said, patting his soft ears. I'm going camping in the next town with our neighbor, Silas. Wink, wink. I'll be back soon. Winter wagged his tail, but he didn't want Leo to go. How did I miss all of these on this page? He watched from the window as the car drove away, leaving the house very quiet. Winter had a nose that could smell a treat from a mile away. And fortunately, go figure, the back door did not lock.
Clicked.
What was it?
The back door clicked.
The back door clicked open just a tiny bit, as his owner did not lock the door.
Comma, right?
Comma, yep.
As his owner did not lock the door,
Yep.
comma. Winter nudged.
Winter nudged it with his wet nose and stepped out into the big, wide world. He sniffed the air and caught a familiar scent. His owner, Leo, had gone camping in the next town, and Winter decided it was time for an adventure to find him. And if you could read in the reverse, devious, okay, this dog has a plan, okay, and we know what that is, escape. And wouldn't you know it, the gardener left the side gate open just a tiny crack as well. What, 2 doors in the same day? Unbelievable. Winter saw his chance. He squeezed his furry body through the gap and onto the sidewalk. He took a deep sniff of the air. He could smell the pine trees and the damp earth from the woods far away. Leo is that way. So apparently Leo also stinks like the pine. Great. Winter thought with a happy bark. He began his long journey to find his best friend, who stinks like pine.
Okay, so we have this one there.
Yes, excellent. I'm going to give everybody the original pictures, and then when you read the book, the actual book, you'll see what we created based on the pictures. So as the sun began to dip low, Winter reached the edge of his neighborhood. He spotted a trash can wobbling back and forth, and suddenly a furry face with a black mask popped out. It was Pippin the raccoon. "Where are you going, big fella?" Pippin chattered, holding a half-eaten apple. Winter explained he was looking for the campsite in the next town. Pippin pointed a tiny paw towards the rising moon. "Follow the North Star, and you'll find the big lake," Pippin advised. Oh, yes. Much cleaner, much crisper. Page 5, the Eagle's Dare. Winter trotted until he reached a sparkling blue lake. High above, giant birds of prey circled. The water. He watched as a great eagle named Aquila Divine dived down and caught a shimmering fish in her talons. Winter cheered, and Aquila Divine let out a sharp cry. The camping woods are just past the flower fields, she called down before landing on a high branch to enjoy her lunch. Winter asked, "How did you know what I was going to say?" And Aquila Divine just laughed and proceeded to enjoy her decadent catch of the day.
So it's Aquila Divine, everybody.
Aquila Divine. It's a very, very high-class, industrious
Does
eagle.
Aquila has a meaning? Because
No, it's Divine.
the same word with G is...
No, Q.
Is...
Not Aguil.
Aguila is the eagle.
Is it?
It
then
means eagle.
use a G. Eagle Divine. Go figure. I learn something new every day, people. Every day.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Okay, so now we are into the golden purple fields of golden purple. So beyond the lake lay a sea of gold and purple. Thousands of busy bees were buzzing around the petals. Winter met 2 bees named Buzzbee and Elizabeth, who was covered in yellow pollen. "Don't mind us, husky friend," Buzzbee buzzed happily. We are just gathering pollen to make honey. "Keep heading north where the air is cool." Winter wagged his tail. "Careful not to step on any of the delicate blossoms." Again, he wondered, how does everyone know? Where am I going? How am I going? And why didn't I just take a car ride? Suddenly, this is where it gets interesting. These hippos seem to be everywhere all the time. Suddenly, the ground began to rumble near a muddy riverbank. To Winter's surprise, a large gray hippo named Hubert was lounging in the water. This was very far from the zoo. Hubert yawned a giant yawn. It's a long walk for a dog with such thick fur. Hubert grunted kindly. Go through the valley and look for the red roof building. Winter wondered, oh, this is just silly now. How does everyone know what I'm up to? I am editing, by the way. We're going to go on a little ride. Hubert gave a loud, friendly yawn that looked like a cavern. The current is strong, he grunted softly. Hop on my back, little beagle, and I will ferry you across. Winter climbed onto Hubert's smooth, wet back, and they glided safely to the other side. Winter said, I think you have me confused with Blueberry Beagle. Hubert said in reply, impossible, he's a seagull. And wouldn't you know it, in the valley, Winter met his good friend, Blueberry the Beagle. There he is. He gets around in all these books, kids. You got to read those books, and you'll see the characters are always where they don't belong. Or do belong. Blueberry was sniffing every single blade of grass. I know where the campers go. Blueberry told him with a happy howl. There is a place where humans stop for snacks just over that ridge. My ears tell me you're getting very close. And how do you know that I am working for my best friend? Or looking, I should say. How am I looking? I am looking for my best friend, Winter said. And Blueberry just responded, I believe it's just an animal thing. Now he gets the people. So Winter proceeded, without Blueberry, to a cozy roadside diner with a shiny silver roof. Standing by the door was a kind waitress named Daisy. She had long blonde hair and a smile that reached her eyes. Well, hello there, handsome traveler, Daisy said. She looked like she belonged on the cover of a magazine, but she was the friendliest person Winter had ever met. Going deep in those pockets for treats. Daisy disappeared inside for a moment and came back with a bowl of cool water and a crunchy biscuit. Now, if you're wondering why she went from a blue outfit to a golden outfit, it's because she went inside the diner because it is her work shift. So she changed into her work attire. And again, when you're feeding dogs, sometimes they splash the water. Sometimes the gravy in the biscuits gets a little sloppy. At least she was prepared. So Daisy disappeared inside for a moment and came back with a bowl of cool water and a crunchy biscuit. You look like you're on a mission, Daisy whispered, patting his soft head. The campsite is just 5 miles into the deep woods behind this diner. Good luck, Winter. Winter felt energized and ready for the final leg of his journey. He gave up wondering how everyone knew what he was up to. Even Daisy knew what he was up to. Into the forest we go. As he entered the deep woods, the path became very strange. Suddenly, a line of tiny ants was marching across a log. Or suddenly he saw. Suddenly he saw. I did not eat Cheetos. A line of tiny ants was marching across a log, but they weren't carrying leaves. They were candy ants. And they were working together to carry a giant, glowing, red cherry lollipop. One ant named Flick waved a feeler. Follow the sugar trail, Husky. It leads right to the crackling fires. And by sugar trail, you mean follow you, Winter said. Why, yes indeed, Flick responded.
Did I see you writing something down?
I would never write anything when I'm doing a prose, never. The sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Winter's paws were tired, but his nose was working harder than ever. He smelled wood smoke and roasted marshmallows. He knew that scent anywhere. He began to run, his white and gray fur blending with the evening mist. Winter is coming! He seemed to bark with every stride. Oh boy, when he gets excited, there he goes. Winter burst through a thicket of ferns and into a small clearing. There was the green tent, and there, sitting on a log, was Leo. Winter, Leo cried, out, dropping his marshmallow stick in surprise. How did you get here? Winter let out a joyful howl and leaped into Leo's arms. Licking his face all over, Leo hugged him tight, laughing with pure joy. You really are a brave explorer, Winter. Complete disregard for the dangers of the world, calamity, mayhem. I mean, anything can happen. Somebody pulls up in a white van. The dog mysteriously winds up in the van and in the Middle East somewhere. I mean, these things happen. Silas, the neighbor, came out of the tent with 2 bowls. I can't believe he found us all the way from the next town. Look, it looks like we're going to need a 3rd bowl of stew. Stew, Silas remarked, shaking his head in wonder. That night, Winter didn't have to sleep alone in the big, quiet house. He curled up at the foot of Arlo's sleeping bag. Leo. We changed Arlo to Leo. Sleeping bag, listening to the crickets and the soft breathing of his friends. Winter was a long way from home, but as long as he was with Leo, he was exactly where he belonged. Leo, Silas, Winter. The end. I hope you all enjoyed the prose. Again, this was a pre-read to a book that is coming out very soon. We are right at the end of production. This is about to be published very soon. Until next time. Thank you, Austining Library. This has been a pleasure.